everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Yeji, like yay G, and my channel is all about saving money while traveling because let's be real, traveling can get really expensive. And if you don't have to spend any money, why would you, right? And if that sounds interesting to you, let's be internet besties and consider subscribing below, and let's get into today's video. So today I wanted to talk about the new Amex Platinum Refresh, and OMG, like the annual fee is so expensive now. It's so crazy how all these like credit card companies are like literally increasing the annual fees like so much compared to what it used to be. Like I know Amex Platinum, when I had it like way back in the days, like 2018, it was like $550, and then over the years they increased it to like $695, and then now it's $895 a year. That is like $900, like $5 less, right? But seriously, $900 a year on a credit card, like soon it's gonna go up over 1,000. Like I know it, it's coming. Whenever it is, it's coming. And to have a credit card with an annual fee over $1,000 is a lot. And I know they give you a bunch of credits and stuff like that, and we'll get into that later. But just in general, like $895 on a credit card is a lot. And you don't just have this one platinum card, right? Most people have multiple cards, especially if you're in the game. Like me, it's like you have multiple high-end cards and it adds up. Like literally, it's gotten to a point where like you need to set money aside, literally, from your paycheck just to pay the annual fees, and that's crazy. But let's get into the breakdown of why it's so expensive. So if you don't have the platinum card, now is actually a perfect chance to get a platinum card because the welcome bonus is always the highest when they first launch the card. I've googled around and saw an offer that gives you 175,000 Amex points to open up the platinum card right now, and that is very generous because when I opened mine back in the days, I think it was like 100K. So having 175K is a big deal, and that goes a long way because Amex points are very valuable. And according to Amex, this $895 is equivalent to $3,500 in value. Now this card is a travel card. Well, now not so much because it became like a coupon book, right? It's more like a lifestyle card now, plus a little bit of travel. But originally it was designed for traveling, and so it makes sense that the highest multiplier that it gives you, which is 5x, is gonna be on flights. And the thing I like about Amex is that it gives you 5x when booked directly with Amex, or if you book directly with the airline. And I'm an advocate of always trying to book directly from the airline because if something happens, you know, you'd rather deal with the airline and not a third party, right? So I'm always gonna try to book through an airline, and I like that Amex gives you that option, whereas some other high-end cards, you kind of just have to book within their portal, which kind of sucks. And something that I did notice is that you don't necessarily need to book directly with the airline. Let's say you found a cheaper flight on Expedia, and for some reason when you book tickets from Expedia, it charges as an airline. So on your statement, it doesn't say like expedia.com. It actually says the airline which you booked it from. So for instance, like I booked a flight on Qatar Airways and it was through Expedia, and it gave me 5x because Amex recognized the charge as Qatar Airways, which was amazing because Expedia was actually a little bit cheaper than booking directly with Qatar at the time. So there's little loopholes like this. I don't know if all third-party websites are gonna give you that option, but I do know for a fact when you book through Expedia, you can get 5x on most of the flights. Now, the 5x on flights is limited to 500,000 per year. The card also gives you 5x on hotels booked through Amex Travel. It gives you $600 on hotel credits if you book through either the Fine Hotel program or the Hotel Collection program, which is also through Amex Travel. For the refresh, this credit used to be $200 and you could use it all at once annually, and now you get $300 the first 6 months and then another extra $300 the last 6 months of the year, which is kind of annoying because you have to stay 2 nights in order for this credit to work. And so a lot of the hotels that you book, whether through the Fine Hotel Resort program or the Hotel Collection, the hotel's a little bit pricey. So a lot of the times it's going to be over $300 a night, and so you're literally spending money to save money, essentially, to get that credit, right? But if you're staying at these hotels anyways, then it's a nice perk. But if you're not and you have to go out of your way to spend this credit, then $600 is a lot because that is a huge portion of the credits that you get on this card. And if you miss out on the $600, then it's kind of pointless in a way to get this card. I wouldn't say 100% pointless, but it's a big portion. It also gives you $200 in Uber cash, and this is broken down to $15 each month. However, in December, you get $20. It also gives you $120 on Uber One credit, which makes sense because before they didn't offer this Uber One credit. And it's like you're giving them Uber credits, so why not give Uber One as well? So it makes people easier to be on the Uber platform, you know? So it makes sense that they added this card, and it's just a nice perk, especially if you order Uber Eats. Like we use the credits on Uber Eats, and so having Uber One just makes it easier when you're like checking out and you don't have to pay like delivery fees and stuff like that. You get the $200 airline credit, which is used on like incidentals. So think check bags and seats, and this is the same as before. You also get $209 on Clear credit, which is nice because essentially you get Clear for free now. And the price of Clear has gone up, and so it's nice that Amex is matching that. Now, if you have status with United or Delta, I know Clear is a little bit cheaper, but if you're getting the credit from Amex anyways, then I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because that way you can just maximize the whole $209. And just by having the platinum, it also gives you gold status with both Hilton and Marriott. Gold is not a lot in neither of the brands, but I always say it's still better than nothing. And you get sterling status with the leading hotels of the world. And it gives you 5% bonus points on qualifying stays. And every 4 years, you get global entry and TSA. And I always say this, if you're gonna get TSA, get global entry instead because TSA is included in global entry. It also gives you rental car statuses from Avis, Hertz, and National. Now with the refresh, you get $400 on Resi credit, and this is broken down to $100 each quarter. You also get $300 digital entertainment credit, which is broken down to $25 each month. I like that they also increased this from $20, and that's because a lot of the streaming services have increased their prices. So I use this credit on Disney Plus and like the Hulu and ESPN bundle, and sometimes Disney has promotions going on where you can get it cheaper than what they offer right now. I think it's like $26, $27 a month. So it's a little bit more expensive than what the Platinum credit gives you, but if it's able to cover most of your subscription, I think it's a great perk. Next is they give you $300 on Lululemon credit, which is broken down to $75 per quarter. And this is easy to use. You can either purchase something on lululemon.com or go into a physical store. It also gives you $155 on Walmart credit, which is pretty much free Walmart membership. And remember, Walmart also gives you Peacock memberships, so you can get Peacock for free, like the cheaper version, obviously, with the ads. They also give you $100 Saks credit, which is broken down to $50 semi-annually, and they also give you $200 Aura Ring credit, and lastly they give you $300 Equinox credit. And all these credits you do have to enroll. If you forget and don't enroll, then it won't trigger the credits on your statement, so make sure you enroll. So overall, it is a lot of credits that they give you, and if you're able to take full advantage of all the credits, according to Amex, those credits would be worth $3,500 and more. But let's be real, most people are not going to take advantage of the full credits that they offer you. Maybe most of it will be applicable to you, but I think it's only a select few that are able to take advantage of all the credits. And for instance, for myself and my family, I added up all the credits that I would use, and it ended up being $2,814 the first year for us if we had to keep this card. Now, of the $2,814, if I deduct the annual fee, which is $895, this card would be worth $1,919 for me the first year just to keep it. Now, for us, hotel credit is something that I would have to go out of my way to use because I'm someone that is loyal to a lot of the chain hotels, and so I would much rather spend money and get elite night credits on the hotels that I am loyal to than spend cash and go the route of like no loyalty hotels, for instance. But because the Platinum card is giving me credits, free money essentially. We know it's not free, but that's what I'm just saying in general. I would still try to use that credit. And I'm a big theme park girly. We like going to Universal, we like going to Disney and stuff like that. And even though I'm loyal to a lot of the hotel chains, sometimes when you go to these amusement parks, they don't have a hotel right next to the amusement park. I know like in LA, let's say like the Sheraton and Universal, it's like across the street, like that's different, right? That's unique. Most hotels are not like that. Most of the chain hotels are kind of further out away where you have to drive or take a bus or something like that, right? When we go to theme parks, we need to stay at a hotel anyways, and those hotels are not going to be included in these loyalty branded hotels, right? So a lot of the times we do use these credits that Amex Platinum gives us, for instance, on these hotels. A couple years ago, we stayed at the Portofino in Universal Studios Orlando. I also know Hard Rock Hotel is part of Amex Travel. Like if you're a huge Disney fan, then you could stay at the Swan Reserve, which is an autograph collection, but it's also part of Amex Platinum. Even though if it's part of Marriott, I'd rather book directly with Marriott, but you know, we gotta use these credits somehow, right? And if you want to go to like Disneyland Paris, for instance, then I also know that the Marvel Hotel is on AmexTravel.com as well. So you're staying like on property, like Disney property and Universal property and getting all those perks, but you're just kind of getting your hotel fee discounted because you're using a platinum card. And honestly, I think having the platinum card and booking through Amex Travel through like the Fine Hotels and Resorts collection is like higher tiered than booking the same hotel in another third party website, because just taking the incident of Portofino a couple years ago, when we checked in, it was late at night, there was someone in front of us that took forever to check in. And so when we went to check in, the lady gave us free lounge access for like the 4 nights that we were staying there. And she didn't have to do that, but I think she did that because she saw that we booked through the Fine Hotels and Resorts, and so it's kind of like, ooh. I mean, obviously, I don't know. Maybe she was just being nice because we waited too long. I mean, I know that's why she gave it to us, but like I said, she didn't have to do that. But I think she did that because of the booking platform that we use, which was Fine Hotels and Resorts. And if you book that same room with like the lounge access, I know it would have been like way more expensive than what we pay for just booking a regular room. Now with the $200 Uber credit, we use that like no problem each month. We normally order Uber Eats with it. We don't use it on like actual Uber rides, but we order in, and that's why also Uber One is super beneficial, because I pay for Uber One even before like the platinum refresh, so that, you know, it's just easier for us when it comes to deliveries and fees and all that. So having the Uber credits and Uber One on top of that is like super beneficial for us, and so we take full advantage of it. The $200 airline credit, each year we use that all up as well. So the airline that we selected was American Airlines, and even though we get free checked bags with the credit cards, sometimes you need to check more than one bag, then we would use that airline credit as well as purchasing seats, so that we use up the $200. So it's just super easy to use if you use it on incidentals. Clear credit is something nice to have as well. I mean, I wouldn't say we use Clear all the time because not all airports have Clear. Sometimes, you know, TSA is just enough and you can go through TSA, but sometimes, OMG, this happened once. We're coming back from Orlando from like Disney, and we're coming home, and like TSA was backed up. I was so shocked. Like, I've never seen like TSA backed up that much. And so it was nice to have Clear, because then you can just skip all that, right? So it's not like you use Clear often, but the one time that you need it, it's really helpful. When it comes to Resi credit, we dine at Resi restaurants regardless of the credit. Like, we love Mexican food, we love Uncle Julio's, and thankfully there is an Uncle Julio's nearby us. And so using that Resi credit, $100, like each quarter, is like no big deal for us, so we would take full advantage of that. We also take full advantage of the $300 digital entertainment credit. We use it on Disney Plus. My daughter is a huge Disney fan. Obviously, she's a toddler, she loves Frozen, and so we need Disney Plus in this house. So all the credits from that automatically just goes to Disney Plus. And I know that with Disney Plus you kind of have to pay extra in cash because it's a little bit more expensive than $25 a month, but I'm okay spending a couple more dollars to compensate for that. You know, if I'm getting $25 for free, like, yeah, that's no biggie to me. But if you don't want to use Disney, then, you know, there's Paramount Plus, there's Peacock, there's YouTube TV, so there's multiple ways to use it. Although if you use the Walmart credit, like you should, because it gives you, right, you can get Peacock for free. So why would you pay Peacock extra for this, in my opinion? And also, if you have Amazon Prime, then you get Paramount for free. So just something to keep in mind, so you don't like double use the credit when you don't need to use it. When it comes to Lululemon credit, I do purchase things on Lululemon, but it's kind of one of those things that like you're forced to spend money, right? Like, I would have been okay with the Lululemon credit not being part of the annual fee. Like, it's nice that's there, but it's there and my annual fee went up, right? I would have been fine if the annual fee decreased a little bit and the credit wasn't there for Lululemon, even though I buy things from Lululemon. That's just how I see it. So I do use it, I will use it, but it's just something like, I didn't have to type of credit. The Walmart Plus credit, I'm not a huge Walmart shopper, but I do like to get like cleaning supplies from Walmart, and it's nice benefit to have if you're buying things in bulk and they just get delivered to your house. And also, like, if you need something like right now, I feel like Walmart delivers a little bit quicker than Amazon, whereas, you know, with Prime, like, sometimes it's the next day, but sometimes it's like 2-day shipping, right? Whereas Walmart, majority of the time, you can get something that day. Like, if you need like medicine, you can get it that day with Walmart Plus. So not that I frequently use Walmart, but I do think having Walmart Plus is nice, and because it gives you on the Platinum card, it's just, you know, a nice perk to have. $100 Saks credit, yes, I use this, but the annoying thing with Saks is that I think you have to spend over like $250 or $350 to get free shipping, which is like super annoying. So in order for you to get that $50 credit from Amex, you're spending more money, like the shipping fee pretty much, to get that $50 worth of item, which is super annoying. But obviously if you want free shipping, then you have to spend like way more, so it's not worth it. And there's no Saks near me. If there was, maybe I would just go pick it up from the store, and you know, that way I can just limit myself to that $50. But a lot of the times that's not possible for me, so I end up spending like more than I should. It ends up being like $60, $70, $80, which is annoying to spend that $50, right? But I do use it. Now, the $200 Aura Ring credit, I did some digging with this, and apparently you can't use it on like the membership. It has to be the ring itself. And no one has been able to figure out if the $200 like would trigger if you purchased gift cards from Aura. That way, once you buy the gift card, you can use that gift card on your like subscription, like your monthly subscription. I don't know if that works yet. I'm gonna have to like wait and see, find out if it works for people or not. But $200 on a ring each year, that seems a bit excessive to me. Like, I was actually planning on purchasing an Aura ring because a lot of my friends have the ring, they love it. And so I was like, okay, let me wait until Black Friday when the price drops a little bit. And that way I can combine Black Friday and also like the Amex credit. And so I don't have to pay like too much out of pocket, right? But if it's $200 each year, it's like, what am I gonna do with $200 each year on this credit? Like the rings now that I want, the gold one, is like freaking $499, like $500. So it's not like I can just purchase $200 each time. And it's like, who am I gonna give this ring to, right? It's like buying a ring every year, that's just excessive. So pretty much this credit is only gonna be valid for me for like 2 years, maybe 3. But after that, it's gonna be one of those like worthless credits. Same thing goes with Equinox. Like, there's no Equinox near me, and I'm not someone that would go to Equinox regardless. I'm a Pilates girly, and we have a little mini gym at home. So I haven't gone to like a physical gym in like years, like pre-COVID. So Equinox was never a credit that I used. Now, if I add all the credits up, for me, this card is worth $2,814. And it's also $2,814 because with Global Entry, you get the credit every 4 years. So you're not getting $120 each year. So I divided that by 4 and ended up being $30. So I added $30 in the category of Global Entry. And if you deduct the annual fee from it, it ends up being $19.19 for me. And so when you look at it on paper, it's like, wow, there is a lot of value in this. But you also gotta think though, like, are these credits something that you truly use, like organically every day, or are these credits something that you need to go out of your way to use? Because I'll be real, like I said, Lululemon, Hotel Collection, some of those credits, like I kind of have to force myself to use. And for me, it's like, yes, I would still use them because I do need them sometimes, but like, do I really? You know, it's one of those like, I'm not sure type of credits. And I do understand Amex raising the annual fee. Like all the other credit card companies are raising their annual fees. So of course Amex is also gonna raise it because Amex is supposed to be like the, you know, the top dog, like the best credit card type of thing, and like the hierarchy of cards, right? If you exclude the black card, you know, that's different. So it makes sense for them to do that. It's just that I wished they didn't increase the fee so quickly, you know, maybe like wait a year or two, but it is what it is. And the nice thing though with the new refresh is that if you already have the platinum card, then your annual fee won't increase until, you know, whenever your card renews, but you can still use the credits like right now. So I do like the fact that, you know, they do give you the credits to current members already instead of being stingy and being like, no, you can't have access to these credits until the next annual fee date. So for me, this card is still worth it. I mainly keep this card actually because of the flights. And I know credits are nice to have, and that's something that, you know, benefits me in my life, right? But I will keep this card just because of the flight category with 5x. And the reason I say this is actually because we spend quite a bit on flights, and not just flights between like my husband and I, but actually like I book flights for my other family members and they just like send me money like cash, and I'll book their flights for them using my platinum card. So on the lower end, I would say we spend like 30 grand a year just on flights, and it's like 30 grand plus a lot of the times. And so like having that 5x multiplier is like really needed for me and my family in order to get a bunch of Amex points. And Amex is a currency that I value like the most compared to all other banks. So I would much rather let go of my other higher end cards before I let go of my Amex card. So in my family, the platinum card is still worth it. I mean, we have the personal version, we also have the business version of it. So we are huge like platinum Amex lovers in this household. And I think personally, even though the annual fee has gone up, it's worth it. Now, this is debatable and it depends on you. And I always say this, your mileage may vary because what's worth it for me is going to be different from what's it worth to you, right? Now, with the refresh, they also have an option to get like the mirrored card. The regular platinum card looks like this. It's just metal. The classic card, we have the Schwab version because we invest with Schwab. That was my husband's card, and this is actually my old card, and they still have the floral like design on the website available if you ladies are interested in the floral card. I mean, clearly I was because I have this card. I actually downgraded this card to a different card, and this is just an older card. If you want the mirror version of the card, you can request it on the Amex website. But if you do have the Schwab card like we do, then you can't actually get the mirrored version because I think it's like something to do with like, you know, only Amex cards. I think like partnered cards, whether it's like Morgan Stanley or Schwab and stuff like that, I don't think the option is there. But if you do get the mirror card, let me know if you like it because I'm actually curious, like does it get like fingerprinty and stuff like that because it's like mirrored, right? Is it annoying or is it not too bad where you can just quickly wipe it and it's good to go? Because you know sometimes like certain mirrored stuff, like it's not that easy to wipe off your fingerprints, you know? So I'm actually curious. So let me know down below how the mirrored version is going for you if you do have that card. And that was my review of the new refresh of the Amex Platinum. And if you made it this far through the video, then I wanted to let you know that I'm gonna leave a link down below of an Excel file you guys can just download for free. That's just a gift from me to you guys for watching this video. And on the Excel sheet, I list all the credits of the different high-end cards just to help you keep track of which credit you use like when, and to see if like you need to finish using a certain credit if you have it in the future. I have it all on my personal Excel file, and I just wanted to share that with you guys to make your life easier too, in case you have a bunch of like high-end credit cards like me. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below as well, and I'll see you guys next time with a different video. Bye!